Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome to episode 48 of the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Let's see, I want to try and actually do a Sheol run today and get past that, so let's pick someone who hasn't done the Devil yet. I guess Eve. We haven't seen in a little while here, so we'll give it a shot. Give her a crack, you know. Oh, did we have Eden's Blessing last time? So we got the metal plate there to start off. FF3K H983. I admit I don't fully know all the intricacies of metal plate, but I do know that it starts me with a spirit heart here, which I'm absolutely in favor of. If I can make that last to the second floor, I'd be even more in favor of it, but we'll see how that goes here. This guy might actually just take it away from me pretty instantly. I'm really bad at fighting those dumb spiders, especially the champion versions. Prayer card is not... It's not the typical option that you really want as Eve here. You're always trying to get as few red hearts as possible in order to get to the Horror Babylon state, but I think it's, oh my god, they want to make this an all red heart run, don't they, with the bag lunch here. I think it stands a chance to be useful, the prayer card and bag lunch and all that, because it does facilitate deals with the devil a lot more easily, provided I can actually get to the deals with the devil intact. Which could be easier said than done. Don't let these guys touch the poops, because then they turn into these like pooter flies here that actually shoot. I rarely ever see that happen, but it does happen. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take Petrified Poop, honestly, over Bag Lunch. Bag Lunch could work out well, but with the prayer card on our side, it's not really as much of an issue. And I think Petrified Poop could have some pretty good value here, especially in the early game. To help us get a little more money than we might otherwise have. How that money is going to manifest itself in advantages for us remains to be seen, but it could happen, you know. Duke of Flies here. I wish I had a bomb for him, because this fight goes much faster with a bomb. But we'll manage. It's going to be a bit of a slow start to this run, which means we may or may not get the chance to do Hush, which I still have to do as Eve. Honestly, though, most runs as Eve start off very, very slow, just because her damage is so lackluster, to put it politely, I suppose. And we have no real way of getting to the Horror Babylon state easily. Not at this moment, anyway. There is an unlock later that lets Eve start with the Razor Blade, which can eliminate red hearts and leave your spirit hearts intact. It's a pretty nice starting upgrade. I don't fully remember what actually unlocks that. It might be a greed mode thing. Or it might be a challenge or something. I don't know. It could be any number of things. Who knows? Maybe we'll unlock it on this very run by beating the floor after Sheol with Eve. I digress, though. To get this to the cellar 2 now. Menu. I tell you, this cat. Okay, I need to focus here. I almost got hit by that spike block. This cat does not know when is most appropriate to meow and when is not. You need to learn some manners there, Manu. What do they teach you in a feline kindergarten? Just to meow at the most inopportune times of all time? This joke is going nowhere. It's not even really a joke, it's just a statement. Can a statement become a joke? I think by its very nature, sure. Why not? Depends on when the statement is and how it's presented in what context. This room sucks, because it just keeps spawning spiders, man, and this guy can hardly ever even hit because of his stupid repulsive aura. I don't even know, man. Those are like some of the worst champions for me, those ones that deflect bullets like that. Okay. This is getting a little absurd right now. I hate rooms like this because I don't have the damage to necessarily bide them out. It's a war of attrition, and the room is winning right now. I haven't taken any damage, but it's only a matter of time before I do, and I can't just leave these spiders. They're just too unpredictable. There we go. We got one of the problems out of the way. Probably not the biggest problem, if I'm being honest, because this guy spawns spiders much more frequently. I wonder when I'm going to get the spider transformation in this game. I don't think I've seen that yet. There's a new one that's been added to Afterbirth Plus here. And you have to get 3 spider-based items, which there's not honestly that many spider-based items. This is what I'm coming to realize here. Like there's Spider Bite, there's Spider Butt, there's Infestation 2, there's I can't even really think of that many more. If there are any more. No, there's definitely more. There's egg sack. I don't know if that counts as one. There's the spider bombs. There's box of spiders. There you go. I don't know how many of these that I'm listing actually count towards the spider transformation. To be honest, I'm not even fully sure what the spider transformation does. But I wouldn't mind seeing it. And clearly the game is leaning towards making this a spider-heavy run by these past 2 rooms that we've had to fight. I wasn't kidding when I told you this was going to be a slow start to this run. But if we can get to the deal with the devil just fine, then we stand a chance to make this run pop off pretty early here. Deals with the devil tends to be valuable. As long as it's not something like 3 red chests. I would even take Krampus, honestly. Because either of the things that you could give me would probably be worthwhile. Krampus' head, I think, would be a valid replacement for Prayer Card as Eve. But as long as I've got Prayer Card, I might as well just keep on using it here. I don't see a reason really not to get as much HP stockpiled as I can. Because on the off chance that I don't get the chance to give away all this HP and get into the Whore Babylon state, I'm going to be glad that I have a lot of HP in order to sort of compensate for the lack of damage, you know? I think a metal plate, I want to say it's like a small tears upgrade and it might have the chance to block bullets. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around a lot of the items in Afterbirth Plus here. The Hermit, I don't know if I want to use that. Like, I could theoretically use that to go into that cursed room and then warp out. Not sure how worthwhile that would be, honestly. Okay, well that's good. That'll deal with that room at least. I was considering just trying to lure them over here to try and bomb them. Small Rock is actually very nice for us. A damage upgrade without having to resort to Whore Babylon. That's the thing is, Eve, is that you don't necessarily have to become the Whore Babylon in order to make an Eve run work. It just really, really helps early on. But being able to just get... You could just be like a normal character, just like get straight damage upgrades. And that also works. Damage and tears upgrades, preferably. Straight DPS. Pin should be easy enough for us to deal with without getting hit too many times here and screwing our deal with the devil over. I hope, anyway. We can still go. We can go down to 0 red hearts, and then we'll get the Eternal Heart active on the next floor, and we'll still be in Whore Babylon range. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Not ideal. I actually would have preferred to get down to 0 red hearts, but you know what? I will take both of these because they're both good. I have the money to pay, or the HP to pay for them. Puts me in Whore Babylon state for now. Unfortunately, it's not going to last because I'm going to gain HP when I go down to the next floor. Not the end of the world, though. Let's see what we got in this item room. I didn't even realize we hadn't picked that up yet, if I'm being totally honest here. 8-inch nails. The knockback's not so great with these, but the damage up is appreciated. You know, now that I think about it, I don't actually know if 8-inch nails is a damage upgrade. Is it? It has to be, right? I'm just, like, kidding myself if I think it's not. It's like... it's like not. It can't just be knockback. That would be weird. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm just like going crazy and like becoming. I'm placing doubt where need none be, and just getting inside my own head a little bit too much here. Surely it does give you damage. Like the tears are fucking nails, man. That's so metal. How could that not give me damage? Between that and dark matter and also small rock here. Our damage has improved considerably over the past couple rooms. And Rotten Baby's no slouch either, let me tell you. This Rotten Baby here, oh, we go way back, him and I. I used to think he was something of a nerd, you know? It's like, you just shoot at one fly, like, every so often? What's the big deal, man? But no, man, he proved his worth. You know, once I got my shit together, once I was all decked out with magic mushroom and pentagram, and he was right along there with me, tagging right behind. Those flies just kept getting more and more powerful, man, and before you knew it, he was up here. He was an alumni of Isaac University, just like me. So what are you kids doing out here? You still learning the basics here? You're still learning how to play as Maggie? I don't know where this joke is going, man. like the douchiest alumnus of all time. Just going back to Isaac Yu and boasting about how good he is. I do have a key now. I should head back for this item room. I mean, is that not necessarily kind of what I'm doing here? Is that like I'm, by the very definition of me making a let's play this game and claiming to be able to give you guys advice, it's like, am I not just that douchey alumnus? I don't think I'm that douchey. Depends who you ask, I suppose, but... Alright, what do we got in here? Not the worst. Someone did point out something I never mentioned, by the way, in the comments of a different video here, is that if you bomb these guys with the coins in their eyes, you actually have a heightened chance of getting a nickel or dime out of it. I did never point that out, and I don't always utilize that to the best of my ability. Mostly because I like to save my bombs for other things, especially if I don't intend on needing the money to buy anything at the shop. But it is probably just good practice if you have the bombs to spare to bomb those guys at every given chance. They can also give you certain items, I think, like a Steam sale is in there, Head of the Keeper, I think. Although be wary, because I have seen them spawn greed as well, believe it or not. It's a little silly, but it does happen from time to time. I don't know, I think that might only be in, like, greed mode, though. I feel like I've only ever seen that happen in actual greed mode. Which, I mean, that would make sense, seeing greed in greed mode, am I right? What's the deal with greed mode? I don't think I've ever actually seen an episode of Seinfeld. Do you know that? I've seen it, like, in passing. I've seen the memes online and everything, too. But the actual show, Seinfeld, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched a full 22-minute episode of that, or whatever. I've watched other, like, sort of sitcom shows like that, like, you know, Friends. I've seen probably, I don't, like, go out of my way to watch Friends, but it's often on in the background at my house here, because my sister and my mom are both fucking in love with that show. They've watched, like, all the seasons, probably, like, 10 or 11 times over at this point. So, naturally, I just see it in passing. It's not a bad show. It's not, like, one that I begrudge them for watching. But it's just, I think I've, like, inadvertently seen just about every episode of Friends because it's just been on that often. It's kind of crazy. I'm sure there are some out there that I have no inkling of, but generally whenever I look at the TV when that shit's on, it's like, yep, this is the one with Joey's fridge or whatever. Anyway, Bighorn here, I think has been patched a little bit. He used to have boss armor a la Hush and Ultra Greed for God knows what reason. He's just like a random caves boss here. I don't believe he has boss armor anymore. So that is nice. We got shot speed and damage, which is fine. Ooh, this could be pretty nice. In fact, oh gee, okay, shit. Don't get too caught up in what you're looking at here. How do you do this? I think what you do, I don't think it necessarily matters what order I actually do this in. So you do that, you take Guppy's Paw, you pop it. You take, do you take Book of Belial, or do you just keep Guppy's Paw? I think I might just keep Guppy's Paw, if I'm being honest. Just pop that, move on. Because Guppy's Paw basically ensures that I'm always in the Whore of Babylon state. Thank you, Prayer Card, for your support to this point. It was nice seeing you on this run. You'll be mentioned in the credits, surely. Be on the plaque that this run inevitably will receive for being the greatest Eve run of all time. Yeah, but I'm going to leave that one red heart from Prayer Card there. I'm not going to Guppy's Paw it right now, just so I have a means of paying for deals with the devil, because that is probably one of the more, no, I wouldn't say one of the more advanced strategies you could employ, but just one of the less obvious ones for Isaac novices is that having one red heart exactly is probably a very good place to be early on in the game when you're still striving for deals with the devil and stuff. Because that lets you take 2 heart deals for half the cost, basically. It used to not be that way. It used to be like, if a deal was 2 red hearts and you had 1 red heart, it would like take your 1 red heart plus all your spirit hearts and leave you at like 0 HP, but still alive somehow. It was weird. That's not how it works anymore, and I'm thankful for that. Change that I'm definitely in favor of. And I feel like it makes more sense as well. That doesn't just take away like all your spirit hearts as some sort of weird penalty. Rag Mega. Facing all the weird Afterbirth Plus bosses today. Rag Mega's not that bad. He's not nearly as tanky as I always expect him to be. 2/3 of the way to Spun here, and Growth Hormones on its own is just good. Yeah, I will take, I'll definitely take Goathead. Why not, man? And let's, I'm gonna head backtrack a little bit here just to see if I can find a shop or a treasure room here. I don't know if I necessarily need to go for both. I'd like to, because time is of the essence on this run if I want to try and make Hush or something work. And that compass is actually going to be very helpful in that. This might, yeah, the treasure room's a little far away for my liking, so I'm just going to take the Spirit Heart and run. And if I clear out these next couple floors fast enough, I can actually use this Hermit card to good effect and steal an item from Boss Rush, too. That is what I haven't done Boss Rush's Eve, have I? Or, I mean, I have. Yeah, I have, okay. Indeed, I have. Yeah, so the compass, while not perfect for mapping, because it's not entirely guaranteed which way you need to go, is much better than nothing, and it'll make it infinitely easier to try and make Hush happen in time. No guarantees here, but I feel like we have kind of pulled up our bootstraps on this run at this point. Especially now, like I'm like kind of like sitting here like wondering, just like where the hell did all this damage come from? I feel like I wasn't doing this much damage like just 2 floors ago. It's core Babylon, you dummy. That's all it is. Guppy's Paw has enabled it, and so let it be said, so shall it be done. Not to mention Guppy's Paw contributes towards the actual Guppy transformation. If I could get like Guppy and Spun and win on this same run, then I'd be happier than a kitten in Fancy Feast. Is Fancy Feast just an American thing? I don't think I've ever seen it in Canada. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Pardon me, I buy my cat food at the Safeway. I don't go to the specialty cat food shops. I don't go to PetSmart. I don't know. I'm speaking like a snobby man when I'm speaking of a frugal endeavor. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, this is getting a little much. All right, Dead Bird, you come out here. You help out a little bit. Thanks, Dead Bird. You're the best. No problem, Argon. So I did swap out Petrified Poop for Second Hand there, just to make this Fear a little more potent. Fear is not always the greatest item, or the greatest stats effect, but I think more often than not it can save your ass. Especially against certain bosses, honestly. It can be pretty cataclysmic to their existence. Gemini is fine. Not A+ or anything, but certainly not failing anytime soon. I will head down to the shop. It's not that far off here. Ideally, it's not that far off. Now it's going to make a liar out of me and like loop all the way around the map to make me get it or something. Alright, we should test something when we get up to the shop as well, because a commenter has noted that I do have the ability to summon Greed just by mentioning his name, so I'm gonna hope this isn't Greed in this shop here. Really hoping. Oh, it's actually not Greed. Okay, well, egg on my face, I guess. 9 volt is fine. Doesn't really help with Guppy's Paw at the moment, but it could be a value in the future. Although, I don't know, Guppy's Paw is kind of one of the better items to just hold on to forever as Eve. Small room gate is not my idea of a fun boss fight, by the way. This is a little nasty, especially when he's shooting spiders into my little closed quarters here. This is getting a little intense for me. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Dead Bird, you want to deal with the spiders while I handle gate? Make this a team effort, everybody. Huddle up now, Gemini. Gemini, you're on defense here. Rotten Baby, you're with me. There we go. All right. Goathead did not guarantee my deal with the devil here. I guess small boss rooms just kind of bork the whole deal with the devil thing. I don't know. Because I guess the deal with the devil wanted to appear on either the left or the right side and just couldn't because the room was too small. That kind of sucks. But, Oh well, it's not like I necessarily need one. At least we'll get one on this floor because there's no chance in hell that the mom fight can be on a small room. Thankfully, I will take that. Check this out really quick. Ooh, no, I'm gonna save my money, honestly. Save my money to maybe buy something nice at the shop, and if not, just donate. Oh god. Fear's actually really good against these guys. It can turn them around pretty well. It doesn't make it super reliable to be able to hit them, because they don't actually just like go away from you. They kind of go in all kinds of weird directions. Nothing guaranteed here, but it's easier than trying to deal with them without fear. That's for sure. Could be good. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take a common cold. Never hurt anybody, I don't think. I mean, the common cold, like in real life, certainly has hurt quite a few people, but... Alright, no greed here. We do have the treasure map. I would like to try and get that if the fates are on my side today, so I'll see if I can find some more money, and I'll be back for you. Actually, I know exactly where I can get some more money. Unless this is counterfeit penny, which, even in that case, it would still be pretty good. Nope. Alright, sweet. Head on back here, and we can even donate some to boot. Look at that. Good shit, mate. Actually, I'm just going to buy a key. I'm not going to donate. Because I need to start stockpiling keys for the Hush fight once I get down there. And I think I'm pretty set on making it down there now. With both the map and the compass. I'm not going to worry too much about getting to boss rush here, because I think I'd have to move pretty fast in order to make that happen. But Hush should be a no-brainer as long as I don't get like back-to-back Curse of the Lost or something. Of course, now that I've said that, it's inevitable, isn't it? And while I am going to take this run to Hush and try to win down there, I don't think this is a Delirium-worthy run. I don't know. It'll be hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, we still have some deals with the devil between now and then, so theoretically the chance remains for this to become a Delirium-worthy run. But as it stands right now, not so much. And by the way, the Hermit card is not bereft of value or anything here, even though we're not going to be able to warp at a boss rush with it. We can still use it on the Hush floor on Blue Womb to save at least one key, so... Look at the small things in life, I suppose. So, tangential topic now, because I need to find things to talk about in these videos. Any of you guys seen Black Mirror? I think it's like a somewhat older, well, not old, but like 2016, so it's like not this year, or at least there haven't been any new episodes this year. I might be wrong about that. No, the Devil's actually probably more worthwhile than the Hermit. Yeah, it's like, I think it was like late 2016, so it's not, it's recent, but not whatever. I'm a little behind on watching it, is all I'll say, and I've been sort of binging on that, as much as one can binge on Black Mirror with how few episodes there are, and it's pretty good. It's like definitely not a show that's up everyone's alley. It's like focused on, it's hard to just even describe the show. All the episodes are like not interconnected. They're all their own sort of different storylines with their own characters and things like that. But it's all basically centered around like a near future in humanity when technology is like progressed to like a certain point. It's like just beyond what's recognizable in our actual real lives here. And then it's like shows like the dark side of that technology a lot of the time. Not always. There have been some episodes of Black Mirror that have not been all gloom and doom, but for the most part, it's pretty savage in its portrayal. That was a pretty bad play back there, by the way, getting grabbed by that wall master. Makes me a little more nervous as to whether I'm actually going to be able to get to the Hush fight. I should be able to, if I book it here, it shouldn't be too much in question. I think I left one alive still. Yeah. Alright. Deal with the riffraff, and we're done here. Yeah, so Black Mirror, I would definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix exclusive? Not sure about that one. There have been some, I don't want to spoil anything, but there have been at least like one or two episodes that are like, I kind of watched them like what's the point? You're just like trying to make me like upset for like no reason. That was mostly prevalent in the episode Shut Up and Dance, so be wary of that. And be aware that there's also usually not a happy ending to any of the episodes, but at least they're mostly pretty poignant. That one was just kind of needless cruelty, I would say. So the Polaroid is a new option here. I'm just going to take the negative because I want to go the shield route today. I will definitely take the pentagram. But the Polaroid is just sort of the inverse of the negative, in that it takes you past Isaac in the cathedral to whatever remains beyond him. So we will have our playtime with both the negative and the Polaroid in due time, I assure you. Today I'm going to show you, or I'm going to try to show you anyway, what the negative can do for us. And the Polaroid does have its own secondary effect, just like the negative does as well, where it's like, I think if you're at half a red heart or less and you get hits, the Polaroid will give you a brief period of invincibility. It'll give you a little shield, which is pretty cool. So the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm starting to think this may not be a Hush-worthy run. Yeah, especially if I keep taking idiotic damage like this. I think I might have to, even if I get there in time, I might have to just forego it, unfortunately. Because I'd rather go for, oh, this is one of those, like Duke of Flies champions is what he was. He was, like, pulsating and stuff. Oh, there is a tinted rock way in there. It's kind of hard to see with the Curse of Darkness, but there is one there, so I'll grab that for sure. Single Spirit Heart is not the greatest thing in the world, but I'll take it. I mean, I can't be complaining. That's, like, puts me at, like, 150% of the health I was at just a second ago, so. I don't know. We'll see what this next deal with the devil. I mean, we technically have 2 deals with the devil left, so we'll see what they have in store for us. A lot of things can change over these next couple floors in Isaac. They're not usually as run defining as the first few floors up to like the end of the depths, because the womb obviously doesn't have any shops or item rooms. But the potential does remain for these floors to change things for the better here. If I could find like a pretty good dice room. And it's not like this is necessarily a bad run either. I think I could take this to Sheol and be relatively okay, as long as I play a little smarter here. Make sure to utilize my HP to its best effect here. Don't get hit on silly little rooms like this. Alright. What do we got for a boss? We got Skolex. It's not the greatest. Ooh, I want to get rid of you. This king enemy, I know what he does now. He turns other enemies into champions. I don't think he can turn Skolex into a champion. I mean, technically Skolex is already a champion version of himself, isn't he? The skeletal version is like a... technically considered a champion or something. Honestly, not that difficult. Alright, we get Spirit Heart out of this, as well as some keys, which will be good if we do want to go down to Hush. Yeah, I'll take that. Guppy's Collar, another step towards Guppy. Move on down here. Alright, so there is a library over here. Okay, interesting. That may be that may give us something worthy of replacing Guppy's Paw. If I could get Satanic Bible, if I could get the Book of Revelations, even something like Book of Shadows maybe, I could be persuaded. But it all remains to be seen. We do have enough keys to at least spare one here. I'm not going to sweat it too much. Of course, it could just be like how to jump in here or something, and then it's like, well, we're all fucked now. That's Satanic Bible right there, so I think it's Satanic Bible and how to jump. I'll take both of them just to help facilitate the bookworm transformation. Then we use that. Basically, Satanic Bible is just Book of Revelations, except it gives you black hearts instead of spirit hearts. Which is totally fine by me. Because it didn't seem like Guppy's Paw was going to be of too much more value to us. Because the odds of us getting too many more red heart containers are slim to none. Unless we go down to the Hush floor and find some down there. But even if that does happen, it's not the end of the world. So we are going to, by the looks of things, make it in time to have a choice to go down to the Blue Womb here. Whether that's a choice I necessarily want to partake in, I don't know. I am feeling more confident than I was on the last floor, but that does not necessarily mean that I'm feeling confident. Just more confident by a simple mathematical virtue of having more HP. Back off. All right, we can use the book of the Satanic Bible here. And now I am glad that we did pick up 9 lives on, or not 9 lives, but 9 volts on a previous floor here, making Satanic Bible just a little bit more useful. Obviously, 9 volts is more beneficial on shorter charge items than like a 6 charge item like this. But still, the effort is appreciated. I'm saving this devil card because I don't know if I want to use it for the Hush fight. All right, this is a moment of truth. We gotta see if we want to go down to the Hush fight. What's in the deal with the devil first? We got Spirit of the Night. Gives us flight and spectral tears, but puts us down to 2 hearts. Oh god, I'm gonna regret this. We're gonna give it a shot though. It's go big or go home, man. I gotta. Oh, curse the blind, you fucker. I gotta put my Isaac money where my Isaac mouth is here. Deck of cards gives me 2 of clubs. Great. And what else do we got over here? I'll go with the bottom one this time. Hot bombs, not super great. I will bomb all these rocks in the hopes of getting a crawl space at some point here. Because there's supposed to be, I think, a guarantee, or a very heightened chance of there being a crawl space under one of these rocks in the treasure room. I once heard a rumor that is only after you've actually beaten the Hush that the thing will appear. There is at least a tinted rock right there, so that's good. But I think that was just a myth, that it only appeared after that point. All right, keep the devil. We'll open up all these chests here. We got something out of that. Can there be something detrimental out of a golden chest like that? I don't think so. IV bag is not great, but it's not bad, I guess. Do I take that pill? It could be bad trip. I think I'm just gonna forego it for right now. Might be a little paranoid on that, but let's just donate. Maybe get this thing up to, or at least close to 300 if I can. 299 if I had 1 more cent. If I only had a cent. That's all I can do, huh? There were no battery charges for sale, were there? No. Okay. Alrighty. I guess this is it. Here we go. Not the most powerful I've ever felt against the Hush here, but we're gonna do our best to make it work. I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. No I'm drowsy pills. No nothing. No invincibility. This is just me on 3 hearts. I mean, I guess if you want to consider Guppy's Collar a trick up my sleeve, that could be a thing. Oh my god, did you see that? That tear like flew like a fucking mile to try and hit me. Oh. The fact that I've gotten hit on this early stage of the Hush fight is not good news for me. Honestly though, this first part of the Hush fight where he's like this is one of the harder parts for me. Once he's actually like a bigger target is when it gets a little, at the very least, not easier to dodge, obviously, but easier to land a hit. Because at this point, I'm just having such a shitty aim. I do think I kind of see the writing on the wall, maybe, for this run, though, that this is probably not going to work out so well. But we're going to give it our best shot. What the oh, are you kidding me? Was that the Hush spawning on top of me that did that damage, or was it something else? Either way, I'm thoroughly upset about that, because now I have to do this on one hit. And the odds of that are not so great, as you might be able to tell here. Oh, alright, Gubby's Collar. Your time to shine. Nope. Wasn't meant to happen, man. I just shouldn't have taken it down to the Hush floor. That's all there is. Screwed my streak up, too. Oh, well. C'est la vie. We'll have other chances at that. It's not the end of the world here. For the time being, though, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the run, even though it was probably just like a waste for the most part. We had fun regardless. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and or comment down below. It helps keep me motivated and helps with the video and everything. And subscribe if you want to see more of these Isaac videos. I post a single one every day at noon Mountain Time. That's going to be it for today, though. So thank you, everyone, for watching. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.